Okay, we're back. So, as of the most recent update, the launch sequence commands no longer work. The only way to execute them is by putting them in the console commands. That's not just the only reason why I'm making this video. I found some more. And I got curious. I want to know, what is the absolute maximum frame rate I can reach using my RTX 3070? So, let's start with the standard settings. We're going to keep our 1080p resolution, but we're going to remove max frame rate limitations. We're going to start on the right side, everything to the absolute minimum. Foliage, quality, distance, footprints, and apparently 3D GUIs. Yes, we'll go for that even as well. Lowest on absolutely everything. We will see how the game looks and how many frames we can get. Also gonna go to RTX. Go for DLLA. And save those changes. And let us see. How is the frame rate now? I would say no different from the settings that I had previously. Not much difference at all. And visually speaking, I wouldn't say it looks worse either. Am I sure I saved the settings? Yes, I did. Adjust brightness HDR. I don't think this is going to make any difference. Alright, anyways. On to the new commands. So, r.Streaming.PoolSize 0. This is going to enable full use of our GPU memory. Currently, my RTX 3070 is using 6.2 out of 8 gigabytes of its memory. So, if we enter this command, will that change anything? Oh, it did. We went up by at least 500 megabytes. It's not really something that you guys can see here. If I open up a performance window, no, you cannot see that either. Right. Well, it works. Just trust me on that one. Right. Next up, Nanite max pixels per edge. Reduces the numbers of polygons for nanite. Now, I know what polygons are, but I don't know what nanites are. So we're just gonna trust it, and we're gonna go with this. And not seeing much of a frame difference there. What if we go for 1? Oh, definitely saw a difference in the trees there. So then, if we go to 0, not gonna change anything. Okay, so 1 is the minimum. Got it. That is a beautiful sunset, even on these settings. Next, r.Lumen Screen Probe Gather. Jesus, this is a long one. Optimizes lumen radiance. Well, let's see what that one does. We're starting off with 16. So, with that, okay. Oh, well. That actually made everything worse. We can't see stuff, and oh boy. Yeah. I guess now you can see, you could, with this one, you could literally deactivate the mesh. Okay, well, that's gonna be kinda broken for PvP. Not gonna lie. So, can we set it back to what it was? Somehow? 1? Uh-oh. This is not good. 1,000? Oh. Okay, maybe it's because of the max pixels per edge thing with the lumens working together. Ah, it was. Okay, so setting max pixels per edge and adjusting the lumen screen probe gather. That's gonna basically disable the mesh for you. Okay, PvP players take notes. Right, I think it's best that we don't touch those then. We're just gonna leave the pixel gatherer for 4 and the probe resolution at 16. Currently running on a nice little 73. Okay, around there. Next we have Lumen Diffuse Indirect Allow. Optimizes lumen diffusion. So that did not really make much difference. Moving on. Lumen Reflection Allow 0. So 0 means no, so we're denying lumen reflection. And I'm not seeing much of a FPS increase here either. Dynamic Global Illumination Method 2 disables global illumination. Let's see. Also, not really that useful. So, I'm gonna probably be ranking these commands on from usefulness to not usefulness or stuff. But yeah, okay, right. Distance field shadowing 0. We're familiar with this one from the previous video. And since already we don't have any shadows, I don't think that's gonna make any difference. Cloud volume, a personal favorite of mine. Oh, would you look at that? Honestly, it just looks like a completely different game, and my frames are happy. Running on a nice little 100. Broke triple digits. Nice. Shadow quality 0. I'm gonna be going with that next. I did see a slight difference over there by the trees. I did notice something. And by the looks of it, we are hitting just a little bit higher. Water.SingleLayer.Reflections. Disables water reflections. Alright, well, let's have a look. Nothing really reflecting off the water because there is no clouds to reflect off of. So, yeah, no difference there, really. Okay. Show incident. Okay, well that's a different kind of one. This has no dots in the middle. It's just show instance grass. Disables grass and small rocks. Well, can't say I did see any difference with that. Right. Keep trying to press tab. Still not used to actually pressing escape. Static meshes. Let's see. Wow, okay. That was a difference. That is definitely a difference there. But I'm not seeing a frame increase. I've just gotten rid of the trees in the distance. Right. Okay. Volumetric fog. Flog? Oh, didn't copy. Right, let's see. Volumetric fog 0. Not seeing a difference. Foliage quality. Now this one I'm excited for. Let's see. No difference at all. I'm not seeing anything here. Huh. Contact shadows. Disables shadows. Okay, well, let's see about that. I'm not seeing a difference at all. But next is Shadow CSM Max cascade. Disable shadow cascades. Right. How do you even go about finding these kind of commands? I just went into a article, read it, and kind of found some interesting information about it. Next up, reduces texture resolution. This command right here, and the number on it is -2, so... Oh! Yeah, definitely reduced it. So does that mean we can go further? With reduce... But we've lost frames. That's the thing. Some of these get rid of stuff that actually... Okay, so if we go, for instance, like 10... That made a difference, but FPS is actually decreasing because of it. So... If we go back to 0... That's the normal one, and we're back to 100. Okay, so that actually reduces texture resolution. That actually makes it worse. Got it. And Shadow.Virtual.Enable 0. Oh, didn't copy. That also, I don't know, it did something. Did something, but I don't know what. And the final one that I have here on my little notepad, Enable Grass 0. This one should disable grass, which it didn't. Oh, wait, no, it did do something. Right. So, not much I can do really with these commands to get something higher than 100 FPS. That's just the maximum I can give, unless I, for instance, disable DLSS. Would that actually do anything? Oh, wow, that actually did a lot. 125 I'm rocking right now. So if we go about and start flying... Okay. Stable 6... Okay, we're reaching down to 40s and 70s. And... we're not seeing the beams of the lights for these drops. There's a baryonyx over here. I wonder what's the render distance for this guy. It's not too bad, honestly. The redwood trees completely don't even load in if you're not just dead close to them. How does the volcano look? If I go down here and get rid of all my colors. What? Okay, so one of those settings is responsible for all the colors disappearing when you're at the volcano here. Interesting. Now I guess you can see how the mesh itself looks like without any foliage or anything in the distance. Close range, you're definitely going to be loading it in, but yeah. I'd say a lot of these commands are useful. Absolutely. Especially for PvP players, those two commands that I showed where you can just literally get rid of the mesh and potentially see the interior of some caves and seeing what kind of structures a base has, you know, you're K-moding. You're just K-moding more advancedly. Considering that R Survival Ascended has disabled the opportunity for you to actually look under the mesh using K-mode. See? You cannot no longer look under the mesh. Just doesn't work. But yeah, I'd say that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I believe we peaked around 120 FPS with my RTX 3070, which is cool, but I wouldn't say mind-blowing. This right here is not visually appealing. What I had before was quite visually appealing, and still I was getting some decent frames. So experiment yourself, see what works for you, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.